All right. However you want to go.
No, I want to wing it. I want to wing it because
Okay.
let me just read it through.
I'm gonna do a stopwatch when you start talking
Okay.
too.
I'm so glad I'm doing this. Oh God, I'm so glad I'm doing this because this is big stuff here. Okay. All right, you got a stopwatch?
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's start. Hi. I'm Laura Jane Mellencamp Murphy, and I am here to help you lose your mind. That's pretty much why. Okay, can we stop?
Okay. I'm just gonna keep it running.
Okay. You're gonna keep it running?
Yep. Just then, if you want, you can look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Okay.
Because I can cut everything
No,
out.
Okay. Hello. I am Laura Jane Mellencamp Murphy, and I am a yoga therapist. And I'm a very humble practitioner of the tools of yoga. And I'm speaking from my heart to you because I understand that the field right now is opening up so much. And I'm so excited to be here today to talk about my experiences in the field of yoga and integrating it into mental health. As a yoga teacher in the late 80s, I experienced so much with my students having these amazing catharses, releasing these emotions. As we all know in yoga practice, it goes deeper through the unconscious and things arise. And people are taken by surprise. So I wanted to be a better yoga teacher. So in 1991, I went back to graduate school to get a master's in clinical psychology and counseling psychology. At the same time in 1991, Time magazine had their cover story, Prozac, the wonder drug. Now, as a yogi, this was a little disturbing to me because I thought maybe there's a possibility this can be misused. My work as a yogi was to get people to let go, to fall into a space that's unfamiliar, and to trust that maybe the intellect isn't necessarily directing us in a better path, but the intelligence is guiding us into our heart. In order to do that, you have to be conscious, fully somatically present in the physical body. So all tools, my teacher would say, all yoga tools must be treated very carefully. Just like a knife, if they're misused, they can harm. They can help, but misused, they can harm not only yourself, but others. So unfortunately, today, we are looking at an epidemic of addiction on pharmaceuticals. I am not saying that pharmaceuticals are wrong. I am saying they've been misused. They've been overprescribed. We have a world of anxiety and depression and escalating with an over-medicated society. My work as a yoga therapist today, having integrated these tools of yoga and mental health, coming together somatically to remove the obstacles of the mind and to trust something greater. So my first tool that I use in any of my practice is a heart-to-heart connection. I have to develop safety, a place of familiarity that somebody can trust letting go. Letting go in yoga is assimilated through an exhale breath. So what I'm teaching people is to learn how to feel, not think, but to feel their breath inside and out. In order to do that, the physical body has to be engaged. There has to be an awareness of space in the physical body. So I combine the breath with movement through the body with the right thought to get the particular effect to shift the mood. And I work with a 5-dimensional system from Krishnamacharya lineage. So it's the body, the breath, the thought, the behaviors, and the emotions. That is all the mind. That's why I say, let me help you lose your mind. Because that mind is holding you in the wrong thought, which is associated now to placing that system either into anxiety or depression. And we know from the gunas that it moves in either direction. My work is to bring you into balance. In that sympathetic nervous system shifting to the parasympathetic, I am balancing out awareness. Awareness is consciousness in this physical body. I found that when people are coming off these pharmaceuticals or over-medicated, we find that there is no respiratory. The breath is shallow. We know in anxiety, the breath is agitated. We know in depression, the breath is different. It's shallow. So what we need to do is find that way of somatically experiencing breath. Now when the system is so tight, and I see my kids come in, and they've been on these drugs, and they're all hanging out like this, I have to get the body to awaken. So that takes an awareness of asana. So there's an appropriate reason for the breath to come in and create that space. There's a reason for the exhale. So now I'm finding balance in those two worlds to hold the opposites. Just as the physical body starts to relax, relaxation is the key to allowing the subtle body to be revealed. Now the mind doesn't let you do that. The thinking mind doesn't. So the quality of my attention is the greatest gift I can give as a teacher and a therapist. The quality of my attention allows me to hear my client's words, listen to their thoughts, and feel their heart. If I can make that heart-to-heart connection and bring a place of safety into a one-on-one relationship, I can integrate these tools in a healthy and whole way. And this is what we're doing as yoga therapists. We're bringing in alternate tools from the yogic model into mental health. Removing that quick fix, the happy thing to go out and just get happy, to experience, and this is the true work, to experience sadness, to actually sit in sorrow, to maybe sit in uncomfortableness, uncertainty, and have the trust that I'm moving someone into another experience at the same time of letting go of that, bringing in the positive. It has to be done simultaneously in the present moment, in that state and quality of relaxation. So it takes touch, and used appropriately, touch is so important. So if I touch, I'm using it appropriately to bring attention into the physical so that the subtle can awaken. These are ongoing tools. I use sound as vibration, which is so important, and we'll be more and more talking about chanting. It's not necessarily Sanskrit, just sound vibration makes a difference. We know that all sound moves into light. Light is the experience of awakening that somatic experience inside to feel your life force. So the gift is think less, feel more. Thank you.
So it's 7
Oh,
or
really?
6:45.
Wow, so I have a lot more time.
6:45.
I have a lot more
Yeah.
time.
So one of my
Mhm.
just
Good. No,
throwing
I
out
want that.
suggestions.
I want it.
I love your stories.
Right.
So I think if you're trying to grab the audience,
Mhm.
one of the things you might even open with
Mhm.
is something they can relate to as a case study.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I'm sitting there, and so the first thing is, let me tell you about Sherry,
Right.
and then you go into maybe what the issues were, how you began to work with her. You obviously come to life when you talk about
Yeah,
working with
right,
a client,
Right.
and then you're going to get into what you do and how you do it and why you do it instead of drugs.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I'm sitting there in the audience. Again, for me, I'm going to be curious about results. So